What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Spoken Diaries episode 4. I just want to take a few seconds to tell you guys thank you so much for listening and watching my videos. I truly appreciate it. I am super thankful from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my videos, to hear my videos. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. Today on this episode, I am gonna share with you guys on why I decided to wait to have my baby girl until now. So if you're ready to hear me spill the tea, then keep on watching. So for those of you that don't know, my husband and I have been together for 12 years. It will be 12 years in August, so next month. We have been together for 12 years, and in December it'll be 11 years that we've been married. So just a little backstory on that. For some of you that may be a very long time, and it's like, girl, why did you wait so long? Or like, you guys, because we always get this a lot, like they ask us, oh, and how long have you guys been together, or how long have you guys been married? And then they're all like, before they used to tell us like, oh, and you guys don't have any kids yet, like you guys don't want kids, y que no sé qué tanto. But it's like, I don't know what's the rush to have kids. Like, I don't know, I guess I'm just like a deeper thinker. Like I think more beyond the surface. I don't know. But ever since I was a kid, when I was younger and stuff, I would always take care of like other people's kids, or like I would always take babysitting gigs and stuff. And I love kids, you guys. I've always, since I was younger, I've always loved taking care of kids. I just love being around them. They are super intelligent, super smart to me, and I'm like, man, these little humans, like, it's just so fascinating how these little human beings are so smart, so intelligent, and the way they speak and their like imagination and everything. I'm just like, oh man, these little innocent souls, like, I cannot, like, I've always loved kids. So I never mind like babysitting or taking care of kids and stuff like that. And at one point I even actually took care of, it was just me and my little brother that lived together, and I was in charge of him. So it was like if I had a kid of my own, like I was a teen mom to my little brother. And yeah, like as a teenager and stuff, I used to take babysitting gigs. It was pretty cool. And I mean, I would play with the kids and everything and then get paid. And it's like, well, why not, you know? Like we would play games como catch, or like the goose and like all that stuff. It was like, hello, it's fun stuff. And like, well, why not? And like I said, kids are so intelligent. Like they are so smart. And then even I also was a nanny for somebody, for like a family friend. I took care of her for her newborn and her 2-year-old. I think he was just gonna turn 2, but I took care of those little boys, and it was really cool. It was awesome. I've loved the experience, and I've always known that having kids is a huge responsibility. I didn't know the emotional side of it, the mental side of it, like the toll it can take on you, like on your body and all that stuff, because obviously I never had a kid before. But I know the energy it took to have a kid, like be with the kid and everything, and just the responsibility of it is like that I already had down, and I already knew like what it took on that aspect. So that was one of the reasons. It's funny because my mom would tell me like, I don't like for you to take care of kids, or like for you to be a babysitter or a nanny, because then when you get older you're not gonna want to have kids of your own because you're so sick and tired of like kids and stuff. But I never felt, or like I never felt like that was a reason why I didn't want to have kids. It was mainly because of everything I freaking went through growing up, or like all the stuff I seen, all the things I heard, and well, just everything I went through. And it's like, what I always thought about is the world is cruel. The world is a cold world. And I was always afraid of bringing a little piece of me into the world and getting hurt. Like, that was always my biggest fear, is just that obviously I didn't know what I was gonna have. My firstborn, I didn't know if it was gonna be a female or a male, and I got blessed with a little baby girl. So obviously it's like I didn't want anything bad happening to her or my future kids. And now that it's a little girl, well, I didn't want nothing bad happening to my future kids. I didn't want like them getting hurt or people just damaging them, you know, for the same reason, because of the stuff that I went through and everything. Is like I didn't want anybody hurting my kids and stuff. So that was one of the huge reasons as well. I was like, this world is such a cold world and I cannot trust no one and anyone, and it's like, it just sucks, you know. I don't know, it was just scary knowing that I could bring this little human into the world and something bad happening to this little human. And I had that huge fear in me, and that was something that I really needed to work on. And because I knew I needed to work on that, I knew I wasn't mentally and emotionally prepared to have a whole little human of my own. I know I wasn't mentally and emotionally prepared to raise a little human. Because to me, I don't just think of it like, oh, I'm gonna have a kid and then that's it. Like, I'm gonna pop out a kid and, well, whatever's of it is what happens, you know. It's like, no, I've always thought about it like, well, what am I gonna teach this little human? Because I'm gonna put this little human out into the world. Like, this little part of me is gonna go out onto the world, and what kind of human do I want to give this world? Obviously, I just felt like I needed to work on myself a lot. I felt like I needed to get past so many things, so many emotional stuff that I had going on. I just needed to let go of so many things, and I just suffered a lot as a kid growing up. Maybe one day I'll be brave enough to share my full story, and yeah, just maybe one day I'll be able to put that barrier down and fully open up about everything. But yeah, I just had to live with so many things on my own and just dig myself out of dark holes all by myself. And obviously it was nobody's fault because nobody knew exactly what I was going through and stuff. I never spoke about whatever was going on to anyone. It was just whatever happened to me, and I had to just like live with it and take myself out of whatever I was feeling. I needed to work on myself emotionally and mentally to the point where I wasn't gonna let my emotions or my mental health affect the upbringing of my kids. And that is why I wanted to wait for such a long time. Maybe you guys are feeling the same way. Maybe you're confused. Maybe you're questioning if you'll be a good mom. Maybe you're questioning if you want kids. And honestly, don't let anybody pressure you into having kids. Don't just obviously it's a little harder for us women because we do have a time frame and when we can have kids, and it sucks. But I mean, it's better to be okay before having your kids, and don't feel rushed. Do not rush it just because family is telling you like, oh, and when are the kids coming, when are the kids, and this and that. I tell you, James and I were together for 10 years with no kids. Like, we were together for a long time kid free, and we enjoyed ourselves. A lot of people would ask me, well, why don't you want to have kids? Like, do you ever want to have kids? Or like, oh, ya se te va a ir el tren, you know, in the Hispanic, or like us Mexicans tend to talk and say that stuff, that by like this age you're supposed to have married and like have like kids and this and that. But it's like, no, there's more to life than just that. Like, get out of that little box and live beyond what is in front of you, you know. And if you are around my age, or like if you're questioning if you do want to have kids or not, like I said, like I mentioned, do not feel pressured into it, because having kids is no joke. I'm trying to raise my kids right, the best that I know how. And at the time, it's like I didn't feel ready emotionally or mentally to be raising kids and stuff. And honestly, it was mainly my own fears because of the things that I went through growing up. At one point I did question, and it's like, do I even want to have kids? Like, this world is so bad, and just there's so many bad people out there and everything, and I'm like, do I really want to have kids? Like, I don't even know. But we got blessed, and we actually prayed for my baby girl, and we are here now. But the reason why it did take us so long was because of that, because I am a deep thinker, and like I said, I felt like I wasn't emotionally and mentally ready, and I just felt like I needed to fix that on myself. The simple fact of how the world could be and everything, just that fear in me, like I said, because of the way I grew up and all the things that I went through and seen and all that stuff, just kind of kept me from wanting to actually have a kid. Not so much because of like, oh, I need to take care of it and like this and that, because honestly I knew what it took. I just needed to work through all that and get myself out of those dark holes, and just know that it was gonna be okay. And after working for many years on all my stuff, I felt like I got to a place where I was okay, where I was ready to have a baby. And honestly, Yahweh's timing is so perfect. It took us a while to get pregnant, almost like a year and so, but like I said, Yahweh's timing is perfect, because the year that Mamas was born, we honestly went through so much stuff. She was just a huge blessing in our lives. And it's crazy because it did take a year for us to get pregnant, and I was even scared that I wasn't able to have kids, because at one of my regular checkups, like a doctor checkup and stuff, they had told me that I might not be able to have kids. And they told me that they wanted to do further testing on me and this and that, which I kind of was like whatever about it at the time, because well, we weren't trying to have any kids or anything. And I was like, well, like, so what, you know, if I can't get pregnant, then well, I can't get pregnant. But it always stood in the back of my mind, and I was like, and overall, our Heavenly Father is the one that has the last say if I can or cannot have kids. So whatever the doctor tells me is like, cool, whatever, you know, but I don't fully have my trust or my faith on you. The final word is from my big boss upstairs. So then, yeah, a few years went on and everything, and then when we decided to start trying, then whatever the doctor told me, it would kind of hit me sometimes. And I was like, well, what if I can't get pregnant? Like, what if I really can't? And I would just pray and pray and pray that I did get pregnant. And well, obviously I started eating healthier. Well, we both started eating healthier. We started working out and like everything. And then we got blessed with a baby girl. And like I said, our Heavenly Father knew exactly when to bless us with our baby girl. If you were to ask me now, it's like I do not see my life without my little baby girl. I cannot see myself living without my little princess. Like, she is the world to me, and I love her so much, and I'm just so grateful that I did wait as long as I did. And I know sometimes those comments, if you are in this current situation and if you feel or you're questioning whether or not you want to have kids, or you don't know if you want to start having kids, look, I had my little girl when I was 29 years old. So there's that. Do not feel rushed, or do not have kids just because you feel rushed, or because people are telling you when are you gonna have kids, when is your time, it's your turn to have kids and this and that. Because honestly, they're not gonna be there to help you raise those kids, or that the kids are gonna be your responsibility. So do not let other people's comments or opinions get to you. Just hear them, let them go in one ear and out the other, and just let them continue with their opinions. Because honestly, at the end of it all, at the end of the day, you're the one that's responsible for those little humans. And if you don't feel emotionally ready or mentally ready, financially ready, whatever the case is, then just wait. And I know you're never gonna be fully ready, right? We thought we were financially okay, and that's why we actually said, well, okay, I feel a little, well, we worked out through so many things mentally and emotionally, and financially we were like, well, okay, we're doing okay. And just the whole plan that we had, we were okay to have or to start trying for a baby. And we were like, well, we're gonna be okay financially and this and that. And girl, they closed the company where we worked for, and baby girl, it was crazy. So honestly, the perfect time is never gonna come. Like I said before in one of my previous videos, the perfect time doesn't exist. The perfect time might never come, but as long as you feel ready, and that's all that matters. And it's ultimately you and your partner's decision whether or not you want to have kids. And don't feel pressured. And if your partner is pressuring you into having kids, honestly, don't let them pressure you in, because it needs to be an agreement from the both of you, because both of you are going to be raising this kid, both of you are, or these kids, both of you are going to be raising these babies, these humans. And if you guys are not on the same page on having one, I feel like it's going to kind of bring some conflict or just some bad feelings within each other. And honestly, I am so grateful, and I'm so grateful with my husband that he did wait for me, and well, that we were both on the same page to waiting to have kids. Or like, well, yeah, he didn't rush me, or he didn't like tell me, oh, I want to have kids right now, or like this and that, you know. Like, I knew coming into the relationship that I wanted to wait a while. We just knew that we wanted to be okay emotionally and mentally, and well, financially, of course. But like I said, stuff happened, and now we're here. I mean, I am super grateful. I am super blessed that we got our baby girl. And honestly, we're not sure if we're gonna try for a second one. I know it sounds a little selfish on our part to be, well, we're okay with just one, because I would love for her to grow up with a sibling, at least one sibling, you know. But at the same time, it's like, is that the only reason why I want to have a second kid? Like, and I don't feel like it's fair for that to be the only reason why I have a second kid, because I feel like I'm not gonna give that same love or that same nurture to that second child as I have to my baby girl, because she was wanted and we did plan for her. And for the second one, it's like, I don't want my second one to feel any less than. And I want to give my second kid the same special treatment and everything. So as of right now, I don't know. I can't say. We're not planning soon to have a second kid. But again, if we're blessed with one, then okay, by all means. But that we are in the wants of one, not yet. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to share this with you guys and tell you the reasoning behind on why I decided to wait so long to have kids, and just to give you a little peace of mind for yourself as well. I know the age range on my analytics is around early to mid 20s to late 30s, so we're all kind of around the same age. And yeah, guys, like, if you're thinking of starting a family, or if you're wanting to start a family, just really think about it. You know, it's no joke. There's sometimes, some days are harder than others, and at times you're just gonna want to break from it all, but these little humans are depending on us, and we gotta show up for them, whether we feel good or not, whether we have the energy or not. We need to show up for them. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know how many babies you have. Let me know what was some of the toughest times for you, or what made you decide that you did want to have kids, or you don't want to have kids. My comment section is open. If you guys don't feel comfortable to leave a comment, you guys can always reach me through Instagram. Go ahead and send me a message through there if you feel a little shy, a little embarrassed. And I do want to say thank you guys for those of you that do reach out to me through Instagram. I know some of the subjects that I speak on or touch on can be a little touchy subjects for some of you, but I appreciate you guys that reach out to me on Instagram. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing your stories with me. Thank you so much for being so open with me and trusting me. And I just want to say I love you guys, and I am super grateful and thankful for each and every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And with that being said, please remember to always love yourself, be positive, and live free. See you guys in the next one. Peace out. Thumbnail or what? I think we got it.